Retrieval is an upcoming cinematic horror action-adventure game developed by 333 Studios. Players assume the role of Hannah Loche, a commander of a research team stranded on the distant planet Rhyholion. The game combines elements of survival horror and action-adventure, featuring a deep narrative filled with unexpected twists and exploring themes of friendship, love, loyalty, and horror. Utilizing advanced technologies like NVIDIA's RTX Di and Dolby Atmos, Retrieval aims to deliver an immersive visual and auditory experience.
Should be left alone.
There's nothing we can do.
Long Gone is an upcoming 2.5D pixel puzzle platformer developed by Hillfort Games. Set decades after a catastrophic outbreak, players take on the role of a survivor stranded in an old-world suburban neighborhood. The game emphasizes exploration, allowing players to delve into the lives of those who once inhabited the area through their forgotten belongings, uncovering secrets and searching for supplies. Inspired by classic adventure games, Long Gone combines elements of survival and storytelling in a post-apocalyptic setting. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl is an upcoming first-person shooter survival horror game developed by GSC Game World. Set in the Chornobyl exclusion zone, players will navigate a vast open world filled with dangerous enemies, deadly anomalies, and powerful artifacts. The game promises a non-linear storyline where player choices influence both short-term consequences and global outcomes. Utilizing Unreal Engine 5, it aims to deliver a highly immersive experience with dynamic day-night cycles and realistic weather effects.
Into a versatile tool for any situation. Remember, the zone is a unique place, but the laws of physics and ballistics still apply. Each gun feels and fires differently, and its effectiveness depends on the distance and the type of armor you're up against.
Karma, The Dark World is a first-person cinematic psychological thriller set in a dystopian world where the Leviathan Corporation is omnipresent. The time is 1984, the place is East Germany, and things are not quite what they seem. Players assume the role of Daniel, a Rome agent for Leviathan's Thought Bureau, tasked with investigating events that delve into espionage and betrayal. The game features a narrative-driven experience with atmospheric environments and psychological horror elements.
Where the hell am I?
When the Leviathan Corporation came, everything changed. We brought hope.
This mother that you all worship, has she made this city any better?
He has lingered too long at the gate of death. How do you know if his consciousness is still in his body?
No More Room in Hell 2 is a cooperative first-person survival horror game developed by Lever Games and published by Torn Banner Studios. Building upon its predecessor, the game offers an intense 8-player co-op experience where players must survive against relentless zombie hordes. Key features include permadeath mechanics, dynamic environments, and a variety of weapons and tools to aid in survival. The game emphasizes teamwork and strategy, requiring players to scavenge for resources, complete objectives, and fend off the undead in a constantly evolving environment. Still is an upcoming first-person survival horror game developed by Team S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Set in a sinister settlement, players are tasked with uncovering the unsettling truth behind its descent into madness. As the story unfolds, players encounter grotesque creatures, each with unique behaviors and challenges that heighten the tension. The game promises a narrative-driven experience, blending survival horror with intense action sequences, puzzles, and exploration. Echoes of the Living is an upcoming survival horror game inspired by classic titles of the genre. Set in a small European town overrun by the undead, players must navigate through terrifying environments, solve intricate puzzles, and fight off hordes of zombies to survive. Each decision affects the narrative, providing multiple paths and outcomes that add replayability. The game aims to recapture the essence of traditional survival horror with modern visuals, chilling sound design, and updated gameplay mechanics. Bad 2 Bad Apocalypse is an action-packed game that combines elements of strategy and role-playing. Players lead a team of anthropomorphic animal soldiers in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by zombies and enemy factions. Open-world exploration is complemented by base-building mechanics, allowing players to construct and upgrade shelters, craft weapons, and recruit new team members. The variety of missions, ranging from reconnaissance to all-out combat, requires tactical planning and adaptability. Directive 8020 is a sci-fi horror adventure game set in a distant future where humanity is exploring alien planets for colonization. As part of the crew sent to a remote world, players are quickly thrust into a nightmare when an alien organism begins to infiltrate the team. The game combines elements of psychological horror, exploration, and survival as players uncover the sinister truth behind their mission. With a strong narrative focus, the game delves into themes of trust, morality, and the human instinct to survive under unimaginable circumstances. Nakwon Last Paradise is an upcoming survival horror game set in a dystopian world plagued by a deadly virus outbreak. Players must navigate a harsh environment filled with infected creatures and other survivors while scavenging for resources to ensure survival. The game emphasizes realism and immersion with mechanics such as limited inventory, resource crafting, and permadeath scenarios. A branching story adds depth as choices impact relationships with other survivors and the overall progression of the narrative. The gritty, atmospheric visuals enhance the sense of despair and urgency in this unforgiving world. Trench Tales is an immersive first-person horror game that takes players into the horrifying depths of World War I trenches. Combining historical realism with supernatural elements, the game challenges players to uncover dark secrets hidden beneath the battlefield. With limited resources and constant threats from both enemy soldiers and unknown entities, players must rely on stealth, survival skills, and quick thinking to make it through the terrifying environments. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is an adrenaline-fueled cooperative first-person shooter that blends over-the-top action with zombie survival horror. Inspired by the cult filmmaker's signature style, the game offers chaotic gameplay where teams of up to 4 players must battle hordes of undead using a wide array of weapons and vehicles. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, players embark on a mission to save humanity from an experimental outbreak that has unleashed a parasitic infestation. State of Decay 3 is the next installment in the beloved open-world survival horror series by Undead Labs. The game builds upon its predecessors with enhanced graphics, deeper storytelling, and expanded gameplay mechanics. Players manage a community of survivors in a zombie apocalypse, balancing resource management, base building, and exploration while combating increasingly intelligent undead. The new entry promises to introduce dynamic weather systems, advanced AI for both survivors and zombies, and a darker tone that intensifies the survival experience.
I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten.
Save Birmingham is an upcoming psychological thriller set in an alternate history version of England. Players find themselves in a dystopian version of Birmingham, plagued by mysterious disappearances and political unrest. As a private investigator, the protagonist delves into conspiracies, uncovering chilling truths about the city's leaders and their sinister experiments. The game combines stealth, dialogue-driven storytelling, and tense combat scenarios, offering a rich narrative experience. Neo Berlin 2087 is a dystopian action-adventure game set in a cyberpunk world where technology dominates every aspect of life. Players assume the role of a detective investigating a series of violent crimes in a futuristic Berlin. The game combines first-person shooter mechanics with investigative gameplay, allowing players to explore a richly detailed city filled with neon-lit streets, towering skyscrapers, and a variety of NPCs. With its branching narrative, player choices directly influence the story's direction and outcome.
Some power, don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters. They're just fucking downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Blight Survival is a gritty, medieval, cooperative survival horror game set in an alternate 14th century. Players take on the role of soldiers, battling against a mysterious blight that has infected both humans and animals, turning them into monstrous creatures. The game focuses on intense melee combat, resource management, and tactical teamwork as players venture into cursed lands to uncover the origin of the plague. The dark, atmospheric setting is enhanced by realistic visuals and a haunting soundtrack, creating a deeply immersive survival experience.
Keep looking.
Killing Floor 3 is the highly anticipated sequel in the cooperative first-person shooter series developed by Tripwire Interactive. Set in a dystopian future, the game pits players against waves of grotesque bioengineered monstrosities called Zeds. This time, the stakes are higher as the Horzine Corporation has grown even more powerful, unleashing terrifying new enemy types. The game introduces enhanced customization options for weapons and characters, as well as new gameplay mechanics like tactical team abilities. Projekt Z Beyond Order is a narrative-driven survival game set during World War II. It reimagines the war through the lens of alternate history, blending historical elements with science fiction. Players find themselves on a mysterious island where the Nazis are conducting secret experiments, creating a horrifying threat that must be stopped. The game features a mix of stealth, combat, and exploration as players uncover the dark secrets of the island. Into the Dead. Our Darkest Days is a survival horror game and the next installment in the popular Into the Dead series. Unlike its predecessors, this title shifts to a more story-driven, side-scrolling gameplay style, immersing players in a gripping narrative. Set in a city overrun by zombies, players must guide a group of survivors through dangerous environments, scavenging for resources and making crucial decisions to ensure survival.
Now, there's no turning back. We have to work together
and survive long enough to escape this city.
Projekt LLL is an ambitious open-world sci-fi shooter developed by NCSoft, set in a futuristic world that blends historical, modern, and futuristic elements. The game offers a massive sandbox experience with both single-player and multiplayer gameplay. Players can explore vast environments, engage in dynamic combat, and uncover the mysteries behind a post-apocalyptic setting filled with advanced technology and mysterious threats.